know if they got out of him on Sunday, they would be thrilled because there have been too many offensive lines this season. Consistency has been a must since
Brother Starks.
Every time he's brought up from AAA, we've seen a better and better version. And it comes down to something like this, where he was quoted mostly last time saying, "Look, I just feel like I can do it here. I belong here." That means a lot. Yeah, the word that I use to describe Spencer Jones is comfortable, and I wouldn't have used that word in previous days. I think you're right, Bob. I think every time that he has gotten a little bigger taste of the major leagues, we've seen a hitter who's going up there with a plan, who's making adjustments, and that easy power, especially the opposite way. When he does that, your eyes bulge because there aren't a lot of major league hitters who can have that easy power that he has, and then also have that speed that he has. Talking about a power speed combination, so I'm really curious to see what Jones continues to do. The Yankees are scheduled to face 3 right-handed starters in this series, so he should start every game. And Bob, with the way that Ramos has struggled, I would consider playing Jones against everyone. Just see who Spencer Jones is going to be for you while he's as hot as he is. I would say one thing noticeable too, that batting stance that he adopted this season, he hasn't changed it. A lot of guys might tweak things, and for a 6-7 guy might get a little out of whack. It's been incredibly consistent. It's the Ohtani facsimile. We heard David Cohn and Paul O'Neill talk about that. He sort of has adopted what Ohtani does. And does Spencer Jones have some areas that pitchers are going to attack him? Yes, inside, up and in. Is he going to have a swing and miss in this game and a higher strikeout percentage? Yes, he is. But he also can do some really special things on a baseball field, and the Yankees are seeing examples of that. A mini scouting report on Pecco tonight. His 2 main pitches are fastballs, 4-seamer, sinker, and then he throws in a curve. So they'll see a lot of fastballs. And he'll throw 6 different pitches, but you're right, those are the mainstays. He also throws from a slightly lower arm angle, so that's something that hitters have to be aware of. It's his 24th birthday today. He's from about 2 hours away in Pennsylvania, so I have a feeling there are going to be a lot of family and friends ready to celebrate his birthday. The Yankees' job is to ruin his birthday, Bob. He walked 3 and hit a batter in his debut. His own catcher, Christian Vasquez, after the game, praised him, but also said that his fastball was up a lot in that game. So you know the Yankees are aware of that. And how do you make a pitcher uncomfortable? Make him throw a lot of pitches. Make sure that he works. I think that'll be the Yankees' approach. We will have a lot more on tonight's game throughout the show. But first, Dolly Parton, an icon of music, screen, philanthropy, and so much more, has died. Dolly had an unmistakable personality and a limited amount of talent that allowed her to transcend genre and generations. With 55 Grammy nominations, her songs became the soundtrack for some of life's biggest moments. It was ultimately Dolly's heart that left her beloved by all. Her family announced the news of her passing, saying that she will always love her. Dolly Parton was 80 years old. All right, now take a whack at it. We need to catch it. Oh yeah.
That's a funny thing.
On behalf of the New York Yankees, Dolly would like to give you this fine jacket.
That looks great. I need a hat to go with it. Somebody got a hat.
Yeah.
Not that I can get it over all this hair, but I can do it.
You're a couple more pitches now?
Dolly Parton official. New York Yankees.
Here's the pitch.
Yeah.
Bonuses all season long. FanDuel your home for home runs. Customers get the $50 bonus that's guaranteed. That $5 for 7 games.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Hey, Blake, just protecting my car from breakdowns.
Is that right?
Gotta protect the things you love.
You ever just think about calling Car Shield instead? Nationwide coverage and over 20 years of helping save drivers money on car repairs. It's more stronger than bubble wrap. I'm just a country singer.
If it did go a little overboard, huh?
Nah, I should call Car Shield.
Yeah.
You can start this fine.
You and me.
Yeah.
I'll take care of
No,
that.
I said be confident.
At Toyota's national sales event, we've got a long lineup of vehicles for summer fun. Like Camry, RAV4, Grand
Okay, for social
Highlander,
media.
Tundra, Corolla Hybrid, 4Runner, CHR, Corolla Hatchback, AC Woodland Prius, Corolla Cross Land Cruiser,
Wanna
Tacoma,
call
Toyota
Vanessa
Crown,
and
Harrison Ford.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a rugged
What?
2026 Tacoma with 0 down and first month's payment of $399 to decide.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Rock Now, the Emmy Award-winning Bronx Buds are back for season 3, featuring special guest stars Nick Swisher
That's the one right there.
and Chelsea Leopardi.
I know you.
This side, Rich X-Flat presents Bronx Buds. New episode streaming now on the National Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show audience is presented by FanDuel. All customers get to choose their reward today on FanDuel. Choose your reward to use on baseball and play your game.
Yankee fans, News 12 meteorologist Jonathan Hubel. We are hoping to get a win tonight to try to hold with this rain forecast. A great night for baseball. Temperatures will just miss that 80-degree mark around that first pitch. It's partly cloudy sky. We clear out fabulously for tonight. And the ride home looks to be pretty good with those numbers. Still hanging down the 70s. And yeah, that moon looks pretty good. We see 60s 4-hour overnight. As you say, go Yanks. Back to you.
Jonathan, thank you. Time to get an afternoon of Occupies with the Clubhouse Report brought to you by your local Ford stores. And remember, the fourth straight pregame that we're starting with the Morgan injury report. Normally we would flag you for that, but having said that, when you promote positive news, we give you a pass. And I think that's what you're doing tonight, right?
We're all about positivity this evening. It was a busy afternoon here at Yankee Stadium, and about 3 o'clock this afternoon, Clark Schmidt got himself ready in the outfield, then the bullpen, then finally ran to the pitcher's mound, throwing a simulated game, certainly a step in the right direction for Clark Schmidt. The next step for him will most likely be going out on a rehab assignment. The Yankees first want to make sure that he bounces back okay tomorrow, but he didn't have any issues with cramping in his arm. That's something that happened last time he was out there. I spoke with Clark Schmidt during the Yankees lineup show to ask him what the biggest difference for him is in getting ready as a reliever instead of a starter.
Yeah, I would say the usages is a big thing. I think obviously when you come in and you're trying to protect somebody's runs, or you're coming in and you're trying to get someone out right away, I think you're going to lean on your best pitches. So you see that change a little bit, and then also just trying to compete right away. I think there's not a setting up period, but we're working with the hitter as a push-pull and kind of showing different pitches in different areas of the zone. Is more of like, all right, I'm trying to attack you and throw as many strikes as I can and come at you with my best stuff. So I'd say those are the two biggest takeaways.
If all goes well, what type of piece do you think he could be for your bullpen?
Yeah, I think he could really help us. Obviously, he's been a really good starter in this league, and obviously he's not going to get back to that point this year, but to get him, when he's on his game, he's got a lot of weapons that I think could really land him a role down there. Whether it's an inning, a couple innings, whatever it may be, I think he could definitely help us if he's on his game.
And the Yankees ultimately see Clark Schmidt as a starter long term. When you look at where they're at in the calendar right now, there just is not enough time to stretch him out as a starter. Also, the Yankees have a solid starting rotation right now. There isn't necessarily a need in that rotation. So if you see Clark Schmidt this season, it will be out of the bullpen. They're going to build him up a little bit, a couple of outings in the minors, see how that goes, and perhaps see what he can offer in that Yankees bullpen in September. According to Clark Schmidt, there is no doubt in his mind that he's going to be back up here pitching with the big league club this season. He said that always was his goal when he underwent the Tommy John surgery, that he makes it back in this 2026 season. He said he just wants to be a part of it. Time will tell whether or not that holds true. Now, another guy the Yankees desperately need back is Darren Judge. He continued his rehab at the stadium today. He was in the outfield doing some running and doing some agility work. He also, during batting practice, stood out in right field, fielding some balls, and he got to work in the cage under the Yankees dugout. out. At first, he was hitting off a tee, but now
Sorry.
he's actually hitting off the machine a little bit. It's a matter of time for him until he starts taking live batting practice on the field. When I spoke to him in the Yankees dugout, he said everything feels good. He is just ready to get going. But it is all a process. The Yankees have to build him up. It's been a long time since he has been out there on the field. But if it were up to Aaron Judge, he would be back as soon as possible. But as we know, it is a process. The Yankees expect to get him back this season. Aaron Judge said he will be back this season. So another box he is able to check off in that rehab process. Another guy that is trying to work himself back up here is Max Fried. He threw a simulated game at the stadium yesterday. Aaron Boone said that went well. He could be in play for Saturday's doubleheader against the Red Sox. The Yankees haven't made a decision on that, but in the simulated game, he threw 4 innings. So feasibly, he could come back for one of those games in that doubleheader should the Yankees choose to go that direction. But according to Aaron Boone, he came through everything okay. He feels healthy. So that is the most important when it comes to Max Fried. Now, the Yankees have Will Warren going this evening, but it's still a question mark for Game 2 of this series. Garrett Cole will pitch the final game of the series. And I asked Aaron Boone if they're any closer to naming a starter tomorrow, and he said, we want to get through tonight first, but Edward Rodriguez is definitely in play. He's a guy that's been pitching very well in the minors, and we saw him up here a couple of times this year. At times had trouble controlling the strike zone, but it seems as though, at least in the minors, those issues were behind him, so he is strongly being considered for a start tomorrow. The Yankees will most likely announce that after the game, depending on what happens in this one tonight. Yesterday was a team off day for the Yankees, but a lot of guys were very busy. The Rodon Foundation hosted their annual Willow Gala in Brooklyn. Look at that view. How beautiful is that? That's Ashley and Carlos Rodon alongside their 3 kids. A lot of Carlos's teammates showed up to support him and support the organization. They raised nearly $1 billion for that one, and I had the pleasure of having Carlos Rodon join me for Yankees lineup presented by Car Shield to ask him about the gala and how much fun he and his teammates had supporting the cause.
We had a great time. We raised over $1 million, and as Ashley always does, she does a great event. It was a good time. It was fun. A lot of teammates, a lot of support. And like I said, it was just glad we did it.
How meaningful is it to you that so many of your teammates showed up to support you and your wife?
Yeah, I mean, on an off day, we don't get very many, and for them to show up and support us is a big deal. Give them the time to give back to us and what we believe in, and we're just grateful for them, and we're looking forward to where this goes.
The Rodons are incredibly passionate about the cause, and you heard him say how much money they have been raising. It's all for IVF treatment for families that are trying to start for families that are trying to have children that are having trouble having children. They provide monetary assistance for those IVF treatments and support as well. Pretty cool stuff from the Rodons. One quick note, Bob, before I send it back to you, the Yankees did add a pitcher to their roster today. Justin Topa was in the clubhouse. He will be an option out of the Yankees bullpen. So another arm out there just trying to add some reinforcements and add some depth should they need to go to that bullpen early in this one tonight.
All right, thank you, Derek. Have a great time. We will see you in just a bit with Michael, Coney, and Paul. Now, all season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways that you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Let's take a break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Coming up, we'll talk about how Will Warren can set the tone for the series as he gets the ball in the opener tonight. Stick around.
Absolutely.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is presented by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com.
Ready, set, summer. With the Honda Summer Event from the 2026 Kelly Blue Book Best Value Brand. Hurry into your local Honda dealer while the offers last.
Y'all have been working so hard, so I wanted to take a beat and hug.
I don't like the internet.
Not the internet, Ellie. Our minds.
Either way, my AT&T Business Fiber
Helps us find you back up, keeps us connected, even during network disruptions.
How was it playing?
I got plugged. I have Trojans last night.
It's all
Hey,
good.
is anybody working here?
Is he still there?
I like the guy playing. And Papa John's.
What if it was Manassian dreams? Manassian dreams are keeping me away with ketchup.
You can't get more epic than it. Better
With the ketchup king.
Papa
The
John's.
ketchup king is keeping me away.
From the most fuel-efficient full line automaker in America. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
For the big, small, short, tall, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for everyone. Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age. Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Look at warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Are you counting on your debts? Are you receiving harassing phone calls from creditors and judgments against your name? Okay, need assistance.
Yeah.
Bankruptcy attorneys. 718-263-5988.
Yeah.
Creditors if you were discharged in bankruptcy. Call now for a free initial personal consultation. 718-263-5988.
Yeah.
Resolve your matters now.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer.
It's time for the pregame box segment presented by FanDuel. For a same game parlay, let's take the Yankees money line, turn Grisham to hit a dinger, and Will Warren to strike out 5 or more. That comes in at plus 725. Yankees fans, FanDuel is inviting you to bet on all your favorite teams and ball players. Right now, customers can choose the reward they want to use on baseball bets. Play now and it's ready to use instantly. Download the Sportsbook app now to play your game on FanDuel.
Will Warren get the ball for the Yankees tonight? Jack, 25th start, but over his last 3, no decisions, no wins at all, trying to pitch deeper into games. What does he need to do here to kind of get going?
Get himself in better positions with Towns leverage, Rob. Falling behind hitters, that's been a problem. Walking batters, that's been a problem. His own manager, Aaron Boone, has talked about pitch selection being an issue. And I haven't heard Boone say that about any other starters. So it's just a reminder that though his stuff is very good, you have to know how to employ it. You have to know how to execute it. You mentioned the last 3. How about his last 13? His ERA is close to 6. It's always about making sure you can retire those lefties. Lefties have a slugging percentage of over 500 against him in that period. I would love to see him use his changeup more. That has been a terrific pitch for him, batting average under 150. And Bob, he's got the best left-handed hitter in the American League that he has to contend with. Just be careful with Alvarez. The A's were over the weekend. On Sunday, the A's intentionally walked Alvarez 3 times.
Wow, so he's getting a lot of free passes. People trying to avoid him. In the meantime, no avoiding what the Yankees bullpen is doing right now. Meredith mentioned they signed a veteran Justin Topa to help out the bullpen for now. The back end of the bullpen, we talked about it, so successful with Blackburn, Hendrick, and Bednar, and they're rested coming into this one.
There are so many numbers that we could talk about right now, but let's just stay in the last week. The Yankees are 6-1 in their last 7 games. Their bullpen has a 1.23 ERA, so their bullpen has almost been flawless during that period. It's a rested bullpen behind Warren tonight. You still want to be able to get some length out of Warren. You'd love for him to just climb into the 6th inning in this game. But Aaron Boone has so many options to go to in that bullpen. Pitchers who have been terrific this year. The 2 that I always want to make sure that I highlight, Blackburn and Hendrick. Because look at the numbers that they put up, the consistency, the amount of times that Boone goes to them, and you just expect them to succeed.
Let's take a look at the Astros lineup that Will Warren will face tonight, brought to you by Toyota. Astros, Jack mentioned, coming off a 7-6 loss to the A's. Jeremy Pena now had a couple hits, including his 15th double. He's also the only Astro going forward off Will Warren. Meanwhile, Jordan Alvarez, 4 for 5 off Warren. And that leads us for a key matchup. Brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Alvarez leads in all three major Triple Crown categories right now. You see the 36 homers, 90 runs bound in. For an Astros team that is right in the thick of it, Jack, in the American League West in the wild card, but they're a game under 500. It's not only weird the way things are shaping up in the American League this year, but also for a team that just fired its general manager with all its woes.
Yeah, an enigmatic team these Astros have been. They were supposed to be better than a team that's a game under 500. And when you fire your GM with about 5 weeks left in the season, Bob, that's the equivalent of throwing a Hail Mary in football. You're trying to find something different. Jim Crane, the owner, and other baseball officials will be making the baseball decisions. You have Joe Espada, who doesn't have a contract beyond this year, the manager. So they're trying to right themselves over the next month plus. I think their starting pitching has been a real problem. Third highest earned run average in Major League Baseball, over a 5. Guys like Imai and Burrows have been disappointments.
All right, got to take one last break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame coming up. Jack gives us his key to the game. We get to look at this on song request for a little Jolene. We're begging of you to keep it here on Yes to the Gotham Sports app.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
It's summertime, time to choose your adventure in a Ford. #1 in vehicle quality. I'm single. I choose moments like this. And I choose the sea. It's a lake there.
It's big lakeside.
See? A Ford SUV? It's a great choice.
Right now, it's a Ford Explorer for $329 a month for 36 months. Plus, get complimentary 2-year maintenance. Only at your local Ford stores.
FanDuel's dropping profit boosts on college football Saturdays to turn wins into bigger ones. So how do we spread the word?
I got it.
Yes, letting kids know they can do Saturday matchups. Nice. Do we know what your rocket scientist?
My cousin's good at that.
What's his number? Get a profit boost on college football Saturdays with FanDuel.
Hi, you okay? Just changing up my look. I got a little low. See my brand new home in Tucson? I only paid. Look, stunning.
Enjoy your car. Feels so right. It almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get a Hyundai Tucson for 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Or lease for only $209 a month. Hurry in.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today. Detour?
Yeah. It's cool, isn't it?
What? I think you're gonna do great.
Lease a new 2026 Celtics Starbucks Scarborough Drive for $219 a month.
The Yankees and the Astros always has a little bit of a different feel. It's the New York Yankees against the Houston Astros.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
Hey, during tonight's game, visit the Gotham Sports app and check out Yes's front row altcast of the game, featuring a special field-level view from directly behind home plate. Don't worry, you're still going to hear the sound from our main broadcast feed with Mike McConey and Paul, which will be watching the game in a way that you never have before. And as we show you that low home view, Jack, what they hope to see in the bottom of the first is a lot of Yankees hitting, running the bases, and touching home plate. It's been tough to do in the first inning. Let's get your on the opening comment. The key to the game.
You know exactly where I'm going with the key, and that's about strike first, because what you just said, Bob, 22 straight games where the Yankees had not scored a run in the first inning. We mentioned that Pacquiao was making his second major league start. It's the Yankees' job to try and make him uncomfortable. Try and be as patient as possible against a young pitcher and hit strikes. Make sure that you're not doing him any favors. They don't want to see another zero in that first inning, Bob. Start singing. Here you go again.
Very nice. It is time to send it out to Yankee Stadium. Michael Coney and Paul McCall Fairless reporting, and she'll join us on the post game. Hope you have a great night and enjoy the ball game next up. Yes, in the Gotham Sports app.
Mobile became an iconic brand by pioneering high-performance fuel and innovative rewards, earning the loyalty and trust of drivers for generations. At Mobile, it's not just competitive, it's rewarding. And now, users can earn $10 in points and some Mobile rewards plus out. 5 on your first fuel purchase and 5 on your second. Legendary. Mobile.
Yes, go. Yes.
It's time. The Genesis Signature event going on now for a limited time. Lease the 2026 G70 for $279 per month. Exclusively at Tri-State Genesis retailers.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one. America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, there's someone going fast on a bike. Man, the fastest 5G network. Just look at this woman screaming instead of sleeping. Only to give you a minute. T-Mobile 5G home internet is delivered same day, powered by DoorDash. They just drop that sugar right off. America's fastest 5G network is just one.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
T-Mobile. Find yours.
Bye, Goku. You too. Bye. Tomorrow.
Scenarios?
All the time.